Hey there, movie buffs and TV junkies. Welcome to the Drive and Chat channel, where we talk about everything from behind the scenes to Q&A and trailer reactions. I'm super excited to share all my thoughts with you and hear from all of you as well. Today, I'll be actually reacting to the Superman trailer, finally. This is actually supposed to be put out like a couple days ago, like actually when the Superman trailer dropped. But it's Christmas time and I'm just spending time with family, so I've been kind of a little bit busy recently. But I'm super excited to finally watch this and react to this. I've been avoiding it literally the past couple of days just so I can watch it with all of you guys like for the first time. So hopefully this will be good. And if you haven't checked it out yet, be sure to check out the podcast, which is linked in the description below. It has all sorts of reviews, so give it a listen. So buckle up and get ready to join me on this ride through Superman's journey as I react to the very first DCU film, Superman. Ooh, okay. Oh, that landscape looks awesome. Okay, okay. Okay. You can only get damaged by kryptonite, so I'm kind of wondering who did that. Ooh, Clark Kent, okay. From James Gunn, yeah. A Lois Lane. Honestly, Clark Kent doesn't actually look too bad. Doesn't look too bad. Oh, the farmhouse. Oh, is that his dad? Oh, it has to be his dad. He does. I did see this shot before I saw the trailer. Yeah, isn't that Crypto?
Crypto.
Yep.
Home.
Oh my gosh.
Take me home.
That was cool. Oh, that's a sick shot. Oh, Luther Core, okay.
Superman.
Interesting. Oh gosh, Nathan Fillion. Ooh, Hawk Girl, okay. Ooh. Oh. This looks kind of insane. I think that's supposed to be terrific. This looks insane. Okay. I get the hype now. That's insane. That's insane. Oh, that's insane. Okay, let's talk about this. Okay, so that was the Superman trailer. That was a lot of shots that they included, honestly. That was a lot. That was a lot of shots. So I do want to preface this right now that so when the Superman trailer dropped, that I was planning on reacting to it right away and getting the trailer reaction up like immediately. But it's Christmas time, I want to spend time with family, I'm trying to do other stuff, so it just didn't work out. And so I did see a lot of shots beforehand. Not a lot of them. The only shots that I saw was Crypto. So I saw that, Crypto, which I'm pretty sure that's his name. And then I also saw a shot of Nathan Fillion as Green Lantern, I think. I'm pretty sure. So first off, yeah, I did see those shots, and I thought they were like, okay. And honestly, there were so many people that were hyping over this trailer, and it's like, oh my gosh, blah, 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 and it's gonna be best movie of the summer, Marvel can suck it, blah, blah, blah. And because of that, I got turned off easily from this trailer. So I'm like, okay, I feel like there's a lot of people that are going to be overhyping this trailer. But now that I can say that I officially have watched the trailer, I gotta say, it was actually pretty good. It was really entertaining. So I'm already kind of worried for this movie because you gotta think this is James Gunn's first movie of the DCU as CEO or co-CEO of the DCU, and this is also his first. This is actually his first movie as a solo subject. So, like, notice all of other James Gunn's movies is all team ups. Seriously, Guardians of the Galaxy was a team up movie. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special was all a team up. Even though they were in the same franchise, those were all team up movies. Then he made the Suicide Squad for DC, and that turned out good, but that was also a team movie. And then recently, or well, it's still going on, he wrote Creature Commandos, which is also a team movie. So Superman will be the first ever solo movie about just one single character, not a team. So it's gonna be really interesting how this turns out. From the looks of it, I don't think it'll actually be that bad. I do have a couple worries for this movie, but first off, I'll talk about what I liked. I do like the cinematography, or like the shots. I think it has some great potential, and I think it has actually some very, very cool shots. I think my favorite shot was of the shot that was in slow-mo, where he's like saving the little girl. I think that was a very good shot. It's going to be interesting to see Superman's dad, because I'm pretty sure the shot with Superman and Clark Kent and a guy that he's sitting next to on the steps of a house and everything is his dad. And if you know anything, I'm more of a Marvel buff, so I don't know too much about DC, but I know a little. I'm pretty sure in the comics, his dad is destined to die. I mean, of course, his parents were stuck on Krypton and Krypton blew up, but his dad or adoptive dad, whatever you want to call him, I think he actually dies. I think he's destined to die in like all of the comics and all of Superman's stories and everything. So I think he's gonna die in the movie. And plus, I think that was a flashback because Clark Kent looked really young. But moving on though. But I'm excited to see his parents. It looks like there's going to be a lot of characters in this movie. So it looks like there's going to be, of course, Superman. Lois Lane looks good. I forgot the actress's name, but she looks good. Nathan Fillion as Green Lantern. At least it looks like Green Lantern, which will... Actually, you know what? No, I was going to say, well, we're going to talk about him later, but we're going to talk about him now. Okay. Again, I'm more of a Marvel buff, so you're guys gonna have to help me out, but man, this really is Hal Jordan's Green Lantern. Has he always had that haircut? A blonde, fake-ass wig? There's no way. That's like my first gripe about the trailer is that character. Man, that looks so fake. Number one, it looks fake. Two, that looks like a stupid bob. I've never seen Green Lantern or Hal Jordan have a bob haircut. There's no way. And three, that hairdo on Nathan Fillion as an actor looks terrible. That is not the right facial structure. So I don't know what's going on with that character. That's like, I will say that's spiking my curiosity, but it's spiking my curiosity because I want to see that like it was just a disguise, like he's dressing up as something else, you know, or maybe like I don't know. That does look like Green Lantern because like a burst of like green energy came from his like from his one of his fingers and like blasting it like from like one of his knuckles, and I'm assuming that was a ring. That was Green Lantern's ring. So I'm kind of hoping that was Green Lantern. So yeah, so that was a very, very weird choice. Why a blonde wig? I have no idea. And then what are the other characters? Hawkgirl's going to be this, which I believe, if I remember right, it is Isabella Merced, which is going to be interesting because I forgot how old she is. I think she's like 23 now. I think she's actually a little bit older. But that's the curse of like young actors, is that yeah, she might be like 23 or however old she is, but she still has like not a baby face, but she still has that very young face where she could easily, like, if you went up to her, you could easily tell that she's maybe like, I don't know, below 18 type situation, which is going to be interesting because I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I want Hawkgirl to be older and look older, but they cast a young actress's or a young actress to the role, so it's going to be interesting on how she plays that. I don't have any doubt for her acting as Hawkgirl, only because she is playing Dina in Last of Us Season 2. She was in Alien Romulus this past summer, and she was great in that. That's definitely going to be a very good one. And she's honestly, I haven't seen her in a bad role, so I don't think she'll be bad, but it's gonna be interesting. And then there's a couple others that I don't know necessarily, like Mr. Terrific, and there's another character that I saw his name on Twitter. I think it's like his name is like Mr. U-Man or Irma-Man or Ermin or something like that. I don't know. Something like that. He wears a black mask. But anyway, so there's a bunch of other characters that I'm kind of interested in seeing, just because I haven't seen them before. But my biggest worry is Nathan Fillion as a Green Lantern. He looks so weird. I hope he changes that's not his real haircut or something, because that looks terrible. Probably one of the worst costumes. So yeah. And then I think the trailer is actually pretty good. I like how it's introducing a lot of these like other characters and a lot of other stuff. And yeah, I don't really have any complaints about the trailer, except I'm kind of just worried for the fate of this movie, because you have to think the story of Superman has been told like millions and millions of times. Maybe not through movies a lot, but has been told a lot of times. Like first there was Christopher Reeves, and then there was what's his name? He played Superman in the CW show. And so there was that Superman. There was also the other Superman that was in the DC Legends of Tomorrow, I believe, which is another CW show, and he played a Superman variant. And then we have Henry Cavill, and then we have now our new Superman, David Corset or Corsenet, however you pronounce his last name. So I think I'm just worried because it's been told a lot of times. It has been confirmed that this is not an origin story. We have to make that clear right now. This is not an origin story. James Gunn has literally came out to the public and said that this is not an origin story. This picks up when Lois Lane and Clark Kent are together, and Lois Lane knows that Clark Kent is Superman. So we have to make that clear. This is not an origin story. But so I think the biggest problem is that there's too much pressure riding on this movie. This movie has to literally be like 100% in like Rotten Tomatoes or something like that. Like it has to be, and it has to make a buttload in the box office. Because if this doesn't, and this ends up flopping, then DCU is basically in a gutter. There's no way. Because if James Gunn can't do this, then it proves that he can only write team movies, and then because of that, there's not going to be many team movies for a little bit in the DC universe, and so then it's a domino effect. So if this doesn't do well, then it basically doesn't give faith in any of the DC audience, and it's a domino effect, and no one will show up for any of the other movies, and then most likely James Gunn will be fired, and they'll look for new CEOs, and that's it. And so there's a lot of pressure riding on this. I gotta admit, there's a lot of pressure, but I think from the trailer, I think he's good. I think he'll be good. The theme music I've already heard, and it was in the trailer, and I thought that was good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think this will be terrible. I think if there's one thing that I'm kind of worried about is the villain. I know this was just a teaser trailer, so they can't give away too much, but there has to be a main villain. And the fact that we have Lex Luthor in the movie worries me. Because last time Lex Luthor was in a movie, he was not the main villain. I mean, he was, but not really. Lex Luthor was the main villain in Batman vs. Superman, and he was like the quote-unquote main villain, but he created the main villain, which ended up being Doomsday at the end of the movie. Spoiler alert, but the movie's been out for a while. Anywho, so I'm kind of worried because there's him. I think Mr. Terrific. I'm not entirely sure, so you can correct me on this, but Mr. Terrific I think is an antagonist. And then there's that, the Black Mask character, which is I think Mr. Uman or Mr. Human or something like that. That guy is also an antagonist, which I've heard rumors that he might turn into something called the Parasite, which I've never heard of. But so there's like all these villains that he's putting into this movie, and then there's also that kaiju that big like Godzilla-sized beast that Superman is going to fight. So I'm really curious on two things. One, what is the plot of this movie? If it's not an origin story, what is the plot of this movie? And what is it going to be about? Seriously. And then two, who is the main villain? Because I can already tell you, if there's going to be like multiple main villains in this movie's instantly a gutter. It's instantly going to bomb and just blow up. Because you can look at other movies, but other movies that have had multiple villains did not do well. Did not do well at all, as far as plot-wise. There's only a few movies that actually did it well, but the key is balance. You need to balance everything. But anyways, it's already like 14 minutes long, or however this is going to be, so I need to wrap this up. So those are my thoughts on it so far. I don't think it's actually going to be that bad. So so let's wrap this up. Okay, and that is what I thought of the Superman trailer. Honestly, just last minute thoughts and closing thoughts. I don't think this will be a bad movie. I'm worried because this has a lot of pressure riding on it. This is James Gunn's first solo movie. This is the first movie that it doesn't have or involve a team, so this is going to be very interesting. And if this movie flops, then it kind of basically blows up all faith of the DC audience, and there probably won't be any optimism or any faith or any hope for any of the other DCU projects. So this has a lot riding on it, so I'm worried about it. But overall, I think this movie will be good. I'm glad it's more of a Superman movie. It has Crypto, it has a lot of different Superman characters. The casting, I think, looks good. It's weird that they don't have Henry Cavill, but it is what it is. Hal Jordan, or Nathan Fillion as Hal Jordan / Green Lantern, looks weird. But other than that, I think this has potential. I'm worried about what the villain is going to be, or who it is. If it is going to be Lex Luthor, then this will be a very good Superman movie. But if it's multiple villains or something else, it's going to be interesting. So that's what I thought. I think this might be a very good movie. And the movie comes out in June, which is what, 6 months away? 5 months? So I think in no time, I think we'll get a second trailer, and this will be a good movie. If you enjoyed this Superman trailer reaction and want to see more, like and subscribe. And don't forget to check out the Drive and Chat podcast, which there is a link in the description. So go listen to it. Until then, keep the popcorn popping and the reels rolling.